Hello everyone. In the last lecture we have discussed about the respiration in case of plants. Okay. Now in today's lecture we will discuss about the respiration in animals. Different animals have different mode of respiration, such as if I am talking about any unicellular organism, unicellular animal. Okay, here I am talking about the unicellular animal. Yeah. Now give me an example of unicellular animal, beta. Yes, tell me. Very good. It's amoeba. Okay, and paramecium also. Here respiration takes place by the process of diffusion. Okay. How diffusion? What diffusion occur here? Here diffusion of gases occur. Okay. Just like the plant now, in plant diffusion also occur. Okay. Diffusion occur from soil to the root. Okay. Of the gases. Okay. Similar here, there is a diffusion occur. Diffusion of gases occur through the cell membrane. Here the medium is cell membrane. Got it now? Okay. While there are some other organisms also, such as if I am talking about earthworm. Okay. Give me a second. Yes. Earthworm. What happens in earthworm? They have actually, there are some animals having a specific organ for respiration, such as the earthworm. Okay, which live in the soil, use their skin. They use their skin to absorb. Yes, they absorb oxygen from air. Okay, by using their skin. Actually their skin is so much moist. Okay, that's why. And with the help of their skin they remove carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So the respiratory organ in skin is in earthworm is skin. Okay, while in amoeba respiration occur by the process of diffusion. Clear? Now let's talk about the aquatic animals. How respiration occur in case of aquatic animals. Okay, so in aquatic animals like fishes, like prawns, okay, mussels, they have gills. These are their, this is their respiratory organ. Okay, so gills are the respiratory organ which extract oxygen. It extract oxygen dissolved in water, because they live into the water na, and water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so the oxygen dissolved in the water, they extract it and take away carbon dioxide from the body. Is it clear? While there are some other organisms also in our environment, such as the insect, there are varieties of insects are present na. Okay, insects like grasshopper. Can you tell me any other insect? Yes, cockroach. Okay, these are arthropoda, housefly, even the mosquitoes also. How respiration occur in them? Is there any respiratory organ in their body? Yes, they have a very tiny holes known as the spiracles. Okay, spiracles on their body and air tubes. Actually, just a second. Okay, so in their body there are spiracles present, many tiny. If this is the diagram of, here I am going to draw diagram of cockroach. Imagine this is a cockroach. Okay, okay, so in their body there are tiny spiracles are present, tiny holes are present. Okay, on the side of their body tiny holes are present. Got it? And this holes is known as spiracles. Clear? Now this spiracles is connected with the network of a tube like structure. Okay, and this tube like structure is known as trachea. Okay, so trachea are the respiratory organ in case of insects. Okay, now what happen in case of land animals? Such as the bird, lizard, dog, we have lungs and skin both for the process of respiration. Okay, so let's talk about respiration in unicellular organism, that is amoeba, in detail. Okay, so that how respiration occur in their body. Clear to everyone? Okay. Now come toward the main point. Yes. So the respiration in amoeba, that is it is a single cell animal, and amoeba depend on diffusion. I told you just now in the last slide. It depend on diffusion of gases. Diffusion of gases for breathing. Clear to everyone? Breathing. Okay. So the diffusion of gases occur. Yes. Give me a second. Hanji. Now, the diffusion of gases takes place through the thin cell membrane in amoeba. In other words, the exchange of gases in amoeba takes place its cell membrane. So let us discuss this is somewhat in detail. Okay, as you all know that amoeba live in the water, है ना? So this water has oxygen dissolved oxygen present. Clear? In it. Now the oxygen from water diffuses into the body. Okay, oxygen from water diffuses into amoeba. Yes, look at the diagram now. Here it is written already actually. So oxygen diffuses into amoeba from water. Okay. Now how it diffuses out? Through the cell membrane. ठीक है, through cell membrane. Okay. Now since the amoeba is very small in size, so the oxygen is spread quickly all over the body of amoeba. Now this oxygen is used for respiration. Respiration means to say it is used for the production of energy, okay, inside the amoeba cell. Clear? Now the process of respiration produces carbon dioxide also, because whenever they take oxygen, after production of oxygen, what they release carbon dioxide after combustion of food. Okay, and it diffuses out through the cell membrane. Okay, it means to say diffusion of oxygen into the amoeba, it occurred through the cell membrane, and diffuses out of the carbon dioxide, it also occur with the help of cell membrane into the surrounding water. Clear? Thus the breathing surface, that is respiratory surface of amoeba is the cell surface membrane. So in addition to amoeba, this is not only occur in case of amoeba beta, there are some other organisms also, such as in case of planaria. Planaria also depend on the simple diffusion. It also depends on simple diffusion of gases for breathing and respiration. Okay, so it means to say amoeba and planaria both breathe through their cell membrane. Clear? So in the small single celled organism bacteria, the volume of their body is so small. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so the volume of their body is so small that oxygen can be introduced quickly into the whole body by the process of diffusion. Is it clear? Okay, now let's talk about respiration in case of earthworm. How here respiration occur? Here respiratory organ is the skin, and you have to learn all the respiratory organ regarding the different type of insects and animals, because this can be framed as a question. Okay, this means the respiratory surface of an earthworm is its skin. The skin of earthworm is quite thin, as well as it is so much moist and has a good supply of, or you can say it has a good it has a rich blood supply. Clear? So the earthworm absorbs the oxygen needed for respiration through its moist skin. This oxygen is then transported to all the cells of earthworm by its blood. Okay, keep this in your mind that blood carry oxygen to all parts of the body, and same thing happens in case of fishes, in case of animals also. Okay, to all the parts of body. Keep this in your mind. Okay, after entering of oxygen, after the diffusion of oxygen from the environment to the body, it transported to different part with the help of blood. Okay, now next step is that when the carbon dioxide is produced during respiration, now as you all know, when what are the use of oxygen? For the combustion of food to release energy, and during the release of energy carbon dioxide gas is also produced. Okay, so carbon dioxide produced during respiration is carried back to the blood. Okay, this carbon dioxide is expelled out of the body. Look at this, expelled out of the body of this earthworm through its skin. Okay, thus in earthworm gaseous exchange takes place through the skin, which is thin and moist also. Clear? And just like the earthworm, another example is leeches. Okay, in case of leeches whose body is also so much moist, okay, they also observe the oxygen present in the environment for their respiration through their skin. ठीक है? And the carbon dioxide produced after the respiration inside the leeches, it goes out through the skin. Okay, so this is a very simple respiratory system in case of earthworm. Okay, now let's talk about fishes. Respiration in fish. The fish has a special organ for breathing which is known as gills. Okay, clear? Look at the structure. This is gills, and it is not present only one side of head, but it is located on both side of head. Okay, write down, present on both side of head. Yes, it is present on both side of head. Clear to everyone? Okay, and now gills are covered by some cover. Gills is covered by gill cover, which is known as operculum. Okay, gills are covered by gill cover known as operculum. Okay beta, they are not visible from outside actually. The fish lives in water, and this water contain dissolved oxygen, such as in case of amoeba I told you na. Okay, in water oxygen present in dissolved state, dissolved form. So for breathing, the fishes uses the oxygen which is dissolved in water. So how this happen, how they uses? Actually, when the fishes breathe by taking in water. Okay, fishes take water inside their mouth, in its mouth. Okay, in its mouth, and then it goes toward the gills. Okay, so when the water passes over the gill what gill will do? Gill extract dissolved oxygen from this water. Okay, from this water. Clear? Now the water then goes out through the gill slits hidden under the gills. Okay, here gill slits are present, and is it not visible? It is not visible easily. Okay, then this water goes out. Okay, it goes out. Water goes out through gill slits. There are several pair of gill slits are present beta. Some fishes have 14 pairs, some have 5 pair of gill slits are present. Okay, and gill slits are not visible because these are present under the gill cover. Now that's why. Okay, so thus the dissolved oxygen extracted from water by the fishes when it flows over the gills. Okay, now what happened with the extracted oxygen? Yes, tell me. Extracted oxygen is absorbed by the blood. Okay, so next step is extracted oxygen is absorbed by blood and carried to all part of the body. No need to write all these things. Okay, just write down extracted oxygen. Just give me a second. Extracted oxygen passes to all part of body. How? Who is responsible for passing the oxygen to different part of body? Yes, by blood. Okay, so all these things happen with the help of blood. Clear to everyone? Now the carbon dioxide produced by respiration, it is brought back by the blood into the gills for expelling into the surrounding water. Okay, clear? Now the carbon dioxide excrete out. Clear? So let me highlight these points, then I will go toward the next point. First of all, fishes take water in its mouth. Okay, clear? Now this water reaches toward the gill. In gills, what are the role of gills? They extract dissolved oxygen from this water. Now this oxygen, now the water goes out through the gills. Water goes out, okay? Water goes out. They take the oxygen from the water and spill out the water from their mouth. Okay, now this oxygen, the oxygen that was extracted by the gill slits, they are passes to different part of the body by the blood. Okay, and response to oxygen, when the oxygen is taken by the body, they give carbon dioxide to the blood, and this carbon dioxide again is spelled out from the mouth. Clear? So carbon dioxide produced by respiration is brought back. Let me write it there. Okay, clear? How it will expelling into the surrounding with the help of mouth. So fishes has no lung. Keep this in your mind. Fishes has no lung. Okay, like us, we have a lung. Like us, gases exchange in fishes takes place in the gills. So the respiratory surface of fish is the surface of its gill. Okay, so and in addition to fishes, there are many other aquatic animals also, such as the prawns. Okay, mussels also have a special organ for respiration known as the gills. These are the respiratory organ. Okay beta. Now, so please note that the fish and the earthworm do not exchange the gases during respiration in the same way. The exchange of gases by using is a special organ called gills, where the earthworm exchanges the gases through its moist skin. This point is clear? Okay, come to the next part, that is respiration in humans. Okay, so like other land animals, human beings are air breather. We are air breathers. Okay, air contain oxygen. It contain oxygen. Clear? It contain oxygen. Now the human being need oxygen to stay alive. Okay, human need oxygen to stay alive, जिंदा रहने के लिए. So we get this oxygen by breathing. Okay, how human get oxygen? Yes, we get this oxygen by the process of breathing in air. Okay, so oxygen helps to break down the food dissolved in the body to release energy. Now this energy is used for maintaining our life. Okay, and during this process of energy production, food, there is a combustion of food in the presence of oxygen, then you will get the energy. Okay, so during the process by which energy is released from the food in our body is known as respiration. This. Okay, now carbon dioxide and water are the two byproducts of respiration. Okay, here carbon dioxide and water is also expelled out. Clear? Energy is utilized by our body while carbon dioxide is expelled out of our by our body. Is it clear? Now keep this in your mind that the breathing organs in human being are lungs. Okay, and it is in the lungs that the gases are exchanged between the blood and air. The gases exchanged between blood and air are oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, we will now describe the human respiratory system in detail.